She stands beside him in diamonds and designer suits, smiling beneath flashing cameras, appearing confident at missile launches, military parades, and glittering state banquets. And then, without warning, she disappears. No farewell, no explanation, no official statement. For months at a time, Ri Sol-ju vanishes from public view, leaving international media scrambling for clues and observers asking the same uneasy question: what does it mean? Is it simply protocol inside one of the world's most secretive political systems? A calculated decision to control the image of power? Or something far more personal hidden behind the silence? Because when you're married to one of the most scrutinized leaders on Earth, absence is never neutral. It becomes a message. This isn't a story built on palace rumors or reckless conspiracy. It's a story about patterns, public appearances, disappearances, and the quiet speculation that follows. So why does Kim Jong-un's wife vanish so often? And what might her silence really reveal? Let's find out more, only on Empire Elegance. When Ri Sol-ju first appeared publicly in 2012, the reaction was immediate. North Korea had never officially introduced a first lady in the modern media-conscious sense. Previous leaders' wives were rarely acknowledged, but Kim Jong-un did something different. He allowed, even encouraged, her visibility. She attended concerts, she visited amusement parks, she appeared at military events. International media quickly noted her fashion choices, which seemed more contemporary than what North Korean women in official settings typically wore. Analysts described her presence as part of a broader effort to modernize the country's image under Kim's leadership. Her appearances projected stability, domestic normalcy, and even glamour. But then came the first disappearance. Just months after her debut, Ri Sol-ju vanished from public events for weeks. Speculation exploded. South Korean media suggested she might be pregnant. Others proposed health issues. Some commentators wondered whether internal protocol had shifted. Eventually, she reappeared. Later reports, including intelligence briefings cited by South Korean officials, indicated that she likely gave birth during that period. While North Korea never publicly confirmed detailed information about their children, it became widely accepted internationally that the couple had welcomed a child. The pattern was established: appearance, visibility, then absence. Over the years, Ri Sol-ju has disappeared from public view multiple times. In 2016, she was absent for nearly 9 months. In 2020, she vanished again for about a year. In 2021 and 2022, similar gaps occurred. Each time, global headlines resurfaced. Where is Kim Jong-un's wife? Has the First Lady fallen out of favor? Is there trouble inside the marriage? But here is the critical point. None of these claims were supported by official confirmation of marital tension. Most were speculative interpretations built around one central reality. North Korea releases only the information it chooses to release, and silence invites imagination. One of her longest absences began in early 2020. For over a year, Ri Sol-ju was not seen at any public event. This absence coincided with the global pandemic and North Korea's extreme border closures. Analysts noted that the country implemented some of the strictest COVID-19 measures in the world. Some experts suggested that her disappearance may have been precautionary, protecting the leader's family from potential exposure. Others argued it could have been related to childcare responsibilities, especially given reports that the couple has multiple children. More sensational media outlets floated rumors of internal tension. But again, no evidence confirmed that. When she reappeared in February 2021 at a concert celebrating Kim's birthday, state media simply resumed coverage as if nothing unusual had occurred. No explanation, no acknowledgement of absence, and the speculation faded until the next disappearance. It is tempting to interpret every absence as personal drama, but that assumption deserves scrutiny. North Korea's political culture is fundamentally different from Western democracies. Public visibility of leaders' spouses is not governed by tradition in the same way it is in countries like the United States or France. In fact, before Ri Sol-ju, the wives of Kim's father and grandfather were largely invisible in state media. So one could argue that her disappearances are not unusual by North Korean standards, only by global media standards. When she appears frequently, it feels like modernization. When she disappears, it feels like mystery. But that may simply reflect controlled messaging cycles rather than marital instability. In late 2022, something new happened. Kim Jong-un began appearing publicly with his young daughter during major missile tests and military parades. International observers were stunned. The child, widely believed to be named Kim Ju-ai, was suddenly front and center in state imagery, and during several of these highly symbolic events, Ri Sol-ju was absent. Media narratives quickly shifted. Was the daughter being positioned as a future successor? Was the wife being sidelined? Did this signal a change in family dynamics? Or was it simply a strategic decision to emphasize generational continuity? Again, there were no confirmed reports of marital conflict. But visually, the imagery changed. And imagery in North Korea is rarely accidental. Political analysts frequently argue that Ri Sol-ju's visibility serves symbolic purposes. When Kim Jong-un wants to project normalcy, family unity, and domestic warmth, she appears. When the focus shifts to military strength or internal consolidation of power, she may step back from public view. That does not necessarily indicate tension inside the marriage. It may indicate careful stage management. North Korean state media operates with precision. Every photograph is curated. Every appearance is deliberate. From that perspective, her disappearances may reflect shifts in political messaging rather than personal discord. Despite the lack of evidence, rumors continue to circulate globally. Why? Because secrecy fuels speculation. When a public figure in a democratic country disappears for months, journalists demand explanations. In North Korea, silence is routine. The absence of transparency creates a vacuum, and that vacuum invites interpretation. Moreover, global fascination with authoritarian leaders often extends into their private lives. People want to humanize them, to see cracks, conflicts, vulnerabilities. A rumored marital rift is an easy narrative, but easy narratives are not always accurate. Many Korea analysts caution against reading too much into the First Lady's visibility. They point out that North Korea's leadership historically controls family exposure carefully. Too much visibility can create unintended power symbolism. Too little visibility can reduce relatability. Balancing that image may require periodic withdrawal from public view. Additionally, reports suggest that Ri Sol-ju holds no formal political office. Her role appears ceremonial rather than institutional. That means her schedule is likely determined entirely by strategic considerations. In other words, absence may not equal conflict. It may simply equal planning. Publicly available information about Kim Jong-un and Ri Sol-ju's relationship is limited. She was reportedly a singer before her marriage. South Korean intelligence has suggested the couple married around 2009. Since her introduction in 2012, there has been no confirmed report from credible intelligence agencies indicating marital breakdown. They have appeared together at concerts, factory visits, summits, and national celebrations. Body language analysts sometimes attempt to decode their interactions. Some describe them as relaxed. Others claim subtle distance. But body language interpretation, especially through curated state media footage, is far from conclusive. It is performance, not candid reality. The fascination with Ri Sol-ju's disappearances reveals something larger than speculation about marriage. It highlights the tension between secrecy and global media culture. In today's world, leaders are expected to live publicly. Their spouses become semi-public figures. Transparency is assumed. North Korea does not operate under that model. Information flows outward selectively, and when information is selective, curiosity multiplies. There is no verified evidence confirming tension inside the marriage. There are only patterns of visibility and absence. There are strategic political images. There is international speculation, and there is human curiosity. The truth is that in highly controlled political systems, personal lives are intertwined with state messaging. That makes interpretation complex. Absence might mean privacy. Absence might mean protection. Absence might mean nothing at all. But until confirmed information emerges, any claim of marital conflict remains speculation, not fact. Ri Sol-ju's disappearances continue to intrigue global audiences because they represent the unknown. In a world saturated with constant updates, silence feels suspicious. But sometimes silence is simply policy. The mystery surrounding Kim Jong-un's wife is less about secret palace drama and more about how tightly controlled narratives shape perception. We see what we are allowed to see, and when we see nothing, we imagine everything. That is the real story behind the disappearances. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe to Empire Elegance and hit the notification bell for more powerful stories about the lives and legacies of the world's most influential figures. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in our next video.